Be me, 29, been with my girlfriend Lauren for a little over 2 years. She tells me her parents want me over for dinner that night. I say yeah, sounds good. Still haven't met every branch of the family tree yet. She mentions her younger sister is gonna be there too. First time finally meeting her drive over to her parents' place that evening, around 6:30. Normal suburban house, nice yard, porch light, already on. Lauren's parents answer the door and are immediately warm with me. Handshakes, smiles, whole welcoming family routine. Then they introduce me to her sister, Kayla. She's 26, pretty really outgoing, like almost weirdly outgoing, right from the jump. We all sit down to eat. Lauren takes the chair right next to me. Kayla ends up straight across from me at the table. Within maybe 5 minutes, I notice she keeps looking at me. Not just casual eye contact, actually staring, glancing over every chance she gets during dinner. Lauren doesn't seem to catch it at first because she's busy talking with her mom. Kayla starts asking me what I do for work, acts way more interested than most people do. When they ask that question, I tell her I'm a systems analyst for a company downtown. She goes, "Wow. That's seriously impressive." Then says she always liked smart guys. Lauren finally hears, that one tells her sister to quit. Being weird, Kayla just laughs it off and says, she's only being nice to her boyfriend, but she keeps doing it. The whole meal finds every excuse possible to pull me into conversation. Asks what I do for fun, what I'm into, where I grew up, what kind of music I like, basically doing a full interview in front of everyone. Lauren is definitely getting annoyed, now can see it all over her face. She still doesn't start a scene though. Kayla keeps leaning forward across the table when she talks to me way more than necessary, holding intense eye contact that feels off like way too direct for a first meeting with your sister's boyfriend. Lauren nudges my leg under the table with her foot. Pretty obvious she noticed it too. I give her a small nod, trying to let her know. I'm not feeding into any of this. Lauren's dad asks me what sports I watch. I tell him football and basketball, mostly usually on weekends when I have time. Kayla jumps in immediately and says she loves football too, claims it's her favorite sport, and starts talking like we're suddenly bonding over it. Lauren instantly calls that out, says her sister has literally never watched a football game in her life. Kayla gets all defensive and says she watches it all the time. Now Lauren rolls her eyes and tells her to stop making stuff up. Their dad looks confused as hell just sitting there, watching his daughters get tense over nothing. Their mom tries to steer things away from it and starts talking about dessert after dinner after we finish eating. Lauren's dad asks if I want to come see the garage, says he wants to show me his car collection. Real quick, I say sure. Lauren and her mom stay in the kitchen, cleaning up plates and wiping things down. Then Kayla says she'll come help too. Follows us out there in the garage. Her dad is talking me through all the cars, old restored stuff. Weekend hobby type collection. Actually pretty cool, but while he's focused on showing me engines and paint jobs, Kayla keeps drifting closer to me, like standing way inside normal personal space. Keeps brushing my arm when she asks questions touching my sleeve, when she laughs stuff that is absolutely not necessary. Her dad either doesn't notice or pretends not to, because he's fully locked in talking about his cars. Lauren comes into the garage a little later, takes one look at us and clearly sees her sister standing too close. She gets that irritated look again and asks if I want to head back inside. I say yeah, definitely. We go back into the house once we're out of earshot. She leans in and asks if her sister is being weird with me. I tell her, yeah. A little, but I'm just trying to stay polite and not make anything awkward at her parents' house. Lauren says her sister does this every time she brings a guy around. I ask what she means by every time she kind of brushes it off and tells me not to worry about it. That answer does not make me feel better, just makes me more uncomfortable knowing. Apparently this is a whole pattern with her sister. We go back to the living room, everyone's drinking coffee and hanging out after dinner. Kayla is already on the couch and pats the spot right next to her. When we walk in, Lauren immediately sits there before I can even react. I take the armchair across from them instead. Kayla looks annoyed that Lauren blocked that move. Rest of the night is mostly fine. After that, she dials it back a little. Still annoying, but less obvious. Eventually, we say goodbye and head out. Drive back to my apartment. Lauren apologizes in the car for how her sister acted. Says she can be. A lot. Sometimes I tell her, it's okay. I can deal with somebody being flirty. Still felt weird. Though we get back to my place, throw on a movie, just relax on the couch. Lauren falls asleep on my shoulder around 10. After a long day, I'm half watching the movie when my phone buzzes. Look down and see a text from a number. I don't know. Open it, message says, "Hey, it's Mia's sister." My stomach immediately drops because, first of all, how the hell did she get my number before I can even process that? Another text comes in, says she got it out of her mom's phone earlier, says she just wanted to reach out and get to know me better. Then another one, right after that, says Lauren doesn't need to know about this conversation, just staring at the screen. Like, what the actual hell sit there debating whether I should wait until morning or wake Lauren up? Right then decide there is no universe we're hiding, it helps gently wake her up and hand her my phone. She reads the texts, her whole face turns red almost instantly. Not embarrassed, red, furious, red. She grabs her phone and starts texting her sister on the spot. Tells her to stop contacting me immediately. Kayla answers back saying she was only being friendly, that she didn't do anything wrong. Lauren tells her it's completely inappropriate, and to leave me alone. Kayla sends back some, okay fine, whatever type response, then stops replying. After that, Lauren is pissed, says she cannot believe her sister actually did that. I tell her none of this is her fault. Her sister is the one acting insane. Lauren says this is exactly how she's always been, that her sister has been jealous of her for years. Then she says she always tries to take anything that's mine. I ask what she means by that, and she starts giving me examples. Lauren says when they were little, Kayla used to take her stuff constantly, toys, clothes, anything she got attached to. If Lauren had it, Kayla suddenly wanted it. Then in high school it got worse. Lauren says anytime she liked a guy first, Kayla would start flirting with him the second she found out. Like it was some game to prove she could. She says this is just the same pattern all over again, just older and creepier. Now I tell Lauren straight up that I am not interested in her sister at all, not even remotely. She says she knows, but that doesn't really matter to Kayla, because according to Lauren, her sister doesn't care whether the guy wants her. She just wants whatever Lauren has. Because Lauren has it, that honestly makes me feel like garbage, like I'm suddenly this object in the middle of a family issue that was already there long before me. A few days pass, then Kayla texts me again. Just some casual message asking how my week is going. I don't reply. Tell Lauren about it right away. The second I see it, Lauren gets furious again and calls her sister. Immediately she goes into the other room, but I can still hear her raising her voice through the wall, full angry sister argument. Lauren comes back a few minutes later, looking exhausted. Says Kayla promised she'll stop contacting me. I tell her, I really hope so, because this whole thing is getting uncomfortable as hell. Lauren says, if her sister does it one more time, she's cutting her off. That makes me feel bad again. Like I'm somehow the reason things are blowing up between them. Then a week goes by. No texts, nothing weird. Everything actually feels normal for once. Then Lauren tells me her mom's birthday dinner is coming up, and she wants me there. I really do not want to go back to that house, but there's no good way to say no without making it into another issue. So I go. We drive over to her parents' place again. Kayla's already there when we walk in. I'm bracing myself for round 2, except this time she acts totally normal. No weird eye contact, no flirting, barely even talks to me. All dinner? Honestly, I feel relieved. Start thinking, maybe she finally got the message and backed off. Lauren seems relieved too. She's way more relaxed than last time. Dinner goes smoothly. Kayla mostly talks to her mom about work and random stuff going on in her life. Lauren and I end up talking with her dad about sports for a while. And for the first time, I actually think maybe this whole mess is over. Like maybe we survived the awkward phase and it's done after dinner. Everybody moves into the living room with drinks. Kayla sits way across the room from me, which is exactly how I want it. Lauren gets up after a bit to help her mom bring dessert out from the kitchen the second Lauren leaves. Kayla stands up, walks over and sits right next to me on the couch, immediately leans in, close way too close, then whispers that she hasn't been able to stop thinking about me. My whole body just tenses up. I tell her she needs to stop right now and that Lauren is her sister, Kayla. Whispers back that Lauren doesn't need to know anything like that. Somehow makes it better. I tell her there is nothing between us. There is not going to be anything between us, and she needs to get that through her head. Then she actually puts her hand on my leg and says, she knows. I felt something too. I move away from her, immediately stand up off the couch fast, right as Lauren and her mom come back in with dessert. Of course, perfect timing. Lauren sees Kayla sitting where I had been and instantly looks suspicious. Kayla flips right into innocent mode, says she was only asking me about my job. Lauren clearly does not buy that for 1 second. We leave not long after that whole vibe ruined in the car. Lauren asks me exactly what her sister said. I tell her the truth, all of it. The whispering, the hand on my leg, the whole thing. Lauren starts crying, says she can't believe Kayla actually did that to her, then says the same thing again, that her sister has been jealous of her since they were kids, that she always goes after anything Lauren cares about. I feel awful, like I'm standing in the middle of a sibling war I never asked to be part of. Lauren says she's confronting her sister tomorrow. I tell her I'll back whatever she decides to do. She thanks me for being honest and not hiding any of it. We get back to my place, she's still upset. The rest of the night, barely talks, just keeps replaying it in her head. Next day, Lauren calls Kayla and they get into a massive fight. I can hear Lauren yelling from the other room about boundaries, respect, family, all of it. Apparently, Kayla denies everything, says I'm making it up, says I lied about what happened. Lauren tells her she believes me over her, then hangs up on her a few hours later. Kayla texts me, again says I ruined her relationship with her sister, says I should have kept my mouth shut, says Lauren always gets everything, and for once she deserves to be happy. Then she sends another message saying she knows I'm attracted to her too. I don't answer, I just screenshot everything and send it straight to Lauren. Lauren ends up calling her parents and telling them the full story, all the texts, all the weird behavior, everything that had been happening. Her parents are shocked and apparently really disappointed in Kayla. They tell her she owes both of us an apology. Kayla refuses, says everyone is ganging up on her, then says Lauren is only upset because she's jealous. I might actually like Kayla more, which is insane. Their parents tell her that. Until she can behave like a normal person, she's not welcome around us. Lauren is heartbroken that her family is fighting like this, but she also knows none of this is on her. About a week later, her parents call Lauren again to talk more about everything they say. They sat down with Kayla and heard her side, and according to them, her version is completely different from reality. Kayla told them I was the one flirting with her, that I started it. Lauren tells them that's a lie, flat out, and that I have proof. Lauren's parents tell her they believe her. They say they know Kayla has a history of this kind of behavior, which honestly makes me feel a little less insane about the whole thing. They apologize to both of us for all the drama she caused, say they'll make sure she respects boundaries from now on. About a month later, Kayla finally sends Lauren an apology, says she was going through stuff, says she handled it badly and took it out in the worst possible way. Lauren accepts the apology, but makes one thing very clear. Kayla is not to be around me one-on-one. Ever again, Kayla agrees to. That says she understands the boundary. A few weeks later, Lauren's mom has a birthday party. Lauren asks if I'm okay. Going, if Kayla is going to be there, I tell her I'll go, but only if she sticks with me the whole time. She promises she won't leave me alone with her sister. We show up. Kayla is already there with their parents. She sees us come in, immediately looks uncomfortable, then basically retreats into the kitchen. Lauren's mom comes over, hugs both of us, thanks us for coming, then quietly tells Lauren that Kayla is going to behave herself tonight. Party actually goes fine. Kayla avoids me the entire time, like completely stays on the opposite side of the room, anytime I'm nearby. Lauren notices and quietly says, this is how it should have been from the start. I tell her, yeah, hopefully this is just the new normal, now, next few months. Family events keep going with that same awkward setup. Kayla either skips them entirely or shows up for a little while and leaves. Early Lauren starts feeling guilty sometimes, like she's being forced to choose between me and her sister. I tell her she doesn't have to choose, that I can always skip some of these things, if it makes life easier. Lauren refuses, says I'm her boyfriend and I should be included. Her parents back that up too. They tell her Kayla's the one who created this mess, so she doesn't need to feel guilty about the consequences landing on Kayla. Lauren is really grateful. Her parents have her back through all of it. Few more months pass. Then Kayla starts dating some new guy. Lauren says maybe that will finally help her move on from whatever weird obsession that was. I tell her I hope so too, because family dinners still feel like everybody is waiting for a bomb to go off. Lauren says she just wants things to feel normal again. One night, we go to another family dinner. Kayla brings the new boyfriend with her. Guy actually seems decent, pretty normal, friendly enough, and Kayla is all over him in that regular couple way. Lauren leans over and whispers, maybe this is finally the end of it, I tell her. I seriously hope she's right throughout dinner. Kayla stays focused on him. Not me, doesn't try to talk to me, doesn't try to sit near me, doesn't do any of the weird stuff for the first time in forever. I actually relax a little. Lauren seems lighter too. She's smiling way more than she usually does at these family things after dinner. We're all hanging out in the living room. Kayla and her boyfriend are on the love seat together, holding hands. Lauren leans into me and whispers that she thinks her sister is finally over it. I tell her, it definitely looks that way. Couple weeks later, Lauren tells me Kayla got engaged and Lauren actually seems genuinely happy for her, which feels like a really good sign. I ask if she thinks things are finally going back to normal between everybody. She says, yeah, she thinks the drama is finally dead. We go to a family dinner to celebrate the engagement. Kayla is showing off the ring, talking about venues, colors, wedding plans, all that stuff. She talks to me a little, but in a totally normal, appropriate way, nothing weird at all. Lauren squeezes my hand under the table and gives me this relieved smile, and I just sit there thinking about how close this whole mess came to wrecking us. If I had hidden those texts at the start, or decided not to tell her about what Kayla whispered to me, everything probably would have turned into 1,000 times bigger disaster. Instead, Lauren trusts me more because I told her everything from the start, and her family respects me because I handled it straight the whole way through. Few months later, Kayla gets married. I'm invited to the wedding, too. Lauren asks if I'm comfortable going. I tell her, yeah, because at that point, Kayla really seems like she's moved on completely. So we go. Wedding is nice. Kayla is focused on her husband the whole day like a normal bride should be at the reception. She actually comes over to us, apologizes again this time. It sounds real, says she was in a bad place back then and took it out on the wrong. People says she's happy now and she's glad Lauren and I stayed together. Lauren hugs her, says she forgives her and loves her. About a year later, everything is basically normal. Again, Kayla and her husband come to family events. No weird tension, no awkward side. Glances, no creepy moments, just regular family stuff. Lauren is really happy. Her family feels whole again after all that drama. Then about a year after the whole sister disaster, I propose to Lauren. She says yes. Kayla is genuinely excited for us, congratulates both of us without making it weird. For even 1 second later, Lauren tells me Kayla privately apologized to her, again said she was sorry for everything from back then, and Lauren says she honestly thinks her sister changed. Then at our wedding, Kayla gives a speech, talks about how much she loves. Her sister admits she was wrong in the past and learned from it, says I'm exactly right for Lauren, and she's happy. We found each other. Lauren is crying, happy tears. By the end of it, and I'm just sitting there thinking about that first dinner at her parents' house, how one bad line crossed by one person turned into months of tension and family chaos. But also how being honest immediately kept it from becoming something even uglier now years later. Everything's fine. Kayla is just Lauren's sister again. Not this ongoing problem hovering over every family event. Whole thing taught me that sometimes people in a family do messed up stuff and drag everybody else into it. And sometimes the only move is just telling the truth right away, even when it's awkward as hell, because sometimes the drama isn't your fault. But you're still the guy standing in the middle of it, and sometimes your girlfriend's sister deciding to hit on you at dinner can set off an entire family war.